Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to the village of Valemount as I take it a few days away from Calgary in my fall foliage trip. I'm staying at the newly hotel, the Government Suites, but looking straight ahead, this is now called the Valemount Vacation Inn. You can maybe say this is Valemount on the Strip, as this is Highway 5, part of the Yellowhead Highway. I mean, if you're going north up here, that eventually takes you up to Tuck-Junkesh, meets up with Highway 16. You can see the SO and the Petro-Canada. And then going south, this eventually will lead you down to Kamloops, and eventually to Highway 1, or also down to Hope if you're coming from Vancouver. But Valemount kind of is the unofficial halfway point between Edmonton and Vancouver, if many people that stop here. But another thing I just want to show, that not only with the changing lights here, but not sure if you can kind of make it out in the video, where you can see mostly a full moon, but now it's the waning gibbous moon, and then you got the planet Jupiter right there. It's also cleared up from earlier today from the rain that I was at Mount Robson, but you can kind of see the mountains, just the moonlight kind of make out the mountains. I know looking this way at Valemount, you got the McCurdy Peak, which is the main peak that you see, and you can kind of see a little bit of mountains, not as well now it's dark, but I think you see it best right here with the moonlight. But the other interesting thing here in Valemount, and although I see that the brewery's going to be closed tomorrow, which I'll be the last full day before I head back home to Calgary, actually there's a brewery in the village called Three Ranges Brewery. And what inspired that name? Well, here I am in Valemount. Well, there's three mountain ranges that kind of collide here. Obviously, you got the Canadian Rockies, which is what makes Canada famous, but you also got the Wenatchee and the Caribou Mountains as well, all colliding right here, hence Three Mountain Ranges, Three Ranges Brewing. So you can always check them out. I know if you go look on the website, I have seen that they've started selling it more than just, they obviously make it here, hence the name Three Ranges Brewery, but there's on taps many bars in the village here, as well as in the village of McBride, which is the other village that is about between Jasper and Prince George on the Highway 16, that stay there here and there, but seems to be a little more activity here in Valemount. Plus it's the closest community to Mount Robson, but there's more places that sell the beer, and actually do see a few liquor stores in Calgary actually now hold Three Ranges Brewery, but you can always check them out. But as I've been going on, just taking in the night scenery, I know that with the full moon, as nice as it looks, it does take out some of the stars. But I know in Jasper, which is one thing I'll have to do one time for a fall foliage trip, which is later in October. Jasper's had the Dark Sky Festival, as this part of the country, this is also one of the best dark sky areas, where you can see the obviously more stars and planets and the moon, but don't see it as much living in the big city. You kind of still get some of the blockages with the lights around here, but and of course all the traffic noise. You definitely get a lot of trucks that go down here. And another big industry is the pipeline workers and logging. That's a big part of, in addition to tourism here in Valemount. But going back to the Dark Sky Festival in Jasper, it's definitely something I want to check out one of these years. But it's not till like the third week in October, and also the reason why I tend to stay out here as opposed to in Jasper, just because of the lodging prices. It's definitely a lot more expensive in Jasper, but It's a beautiful area. I mean, some people look at me weird, like I live and work in the big city, wondering why do I come out here on the holidays. But you know, this is a beautiful area, and definitely love coming out here. I've been coming out here most years since 2008 when I made my first visit here in Valemount, and definitely seeing this area change. Actually, that hotel we're looking at used to be called the Premier Mountain Lodge, and that was where I stayed the first time I stayed here back in 2008. And I mean, a lot has changed. I mean, the hotel I'm staying at right now wasn't here. I mean, there was always the A&W and the Petro Canada, but that Esso was new. Of course, there's a Tim's. Even Tim's you can get it at Valemount. Over here you got the Shell, but that Subway, that was new. But even I've seen this village change over, you know, the 14 years that I've been coming out here. But I'm just saying, just taking in the night view after the rain this afternoon. Had that gloomy feel to it, but now it's all good, and it's just different to see the stars and planets and the moon out here in the mountains. It's always a beauty. So to close it out, I would say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, as I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, but even sports fans need to take a little bit of a break once in a while. But I also do a variety of non-sports content, like personal vlogs, attempt to comedy. I'll still share experience from on the road or at a sporting event, and doing some vlogging to go. So if that all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, you know what you do, just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I also have my other social media links down in the description below, and of course check me out on my second channel, like Brett Hornby Shorts, where I exclusively put my short form content on there. So just want to say thanks for watching. I got one more full day here in Valemount and the Robson Valley, and the weather is looking good that I can enjoy it in its full beauty. And then I'll be hitting the road the next day to make the long road back to Calgary, take in some Canadian Rocky sites. Hopefully it won't be as busy because it'll be the middle of the week, Thanksgiving weekend. It takes about seven and a half hours to drive here from Calgary, so that's the other nice thing about here, is that it's far enough away from the big city, but it can still get to the big city in here within a day driving. That's the nice thing too. It's a getaway without being too far. So I want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.